Harden's out, and I just want to get what's going on with him, Coach.
Did you announce it?
Harden's out, but what's going on? Any ailments, or he just
out? I'm thinking, what is it, foot, but just out. Yeah.
We've talked all week sort of about Tyrese's ability to adjust. Not making any assumptions here, but you'd imagine without James that he would take on a heavier load this evening. How do you, when you reflect, maybe even just on his trip, on how adaptable he's been?
Yeah, well, I'm not reflecting. We play tonight. So, bottom line is for Tyrese, he just plays. We don't ask him to do anything different. We want him to be Tyrese and play the way he plays, not try to be James, because no one can be James, and so, but he's done this before. We've done this before. It's not just on him, though. It's on all our guards to get the ball up the floor, to get us in our sets, to play with our pace. So, but clearly he'll play more minutes if that's possible.
And generally speaking, what are the keys on a kind of a getaway game like this where
winning? No, really. I mean, I don't know. I don't get into it. It's funny. One of our coaches said that today, and I corrected him. I said, I don't even like to talk of it. Like, you're playing a game. It's not a getaway game for us. It's a basketball game. And that's how your focus has to be. You can't be on anything else other than we're playing a single game, not a first game of a trip or getaway game, because the other team doesn't care. They're not going to be in the third quarter saying, I think they're in a getaway game right now. You know what I mean? So that's our focus has to be on playing the right way, continue to play the way we play, continue to defend the way we've defended. For this team, trying to take away their transition as much as you can, make them play in half court as much as you can. So that should be our focus tonight.
Was this always a scheduled rest day for James?
No, it just foot was hurting, and we look at our schedule, and we have 3 days off. So if you count the two, yesterday and today, that's a 5-day break, and we thought it was the right thing to do.
Coach Rivers, at one point, 76ers were 12-12. You seem like you have the team has turned it around. 17 or 18 of the last 21.
Yeah.
4 straight on the road. Coming into this game. What was the big turnaround? What's happening there on offense and defensive? Offense and defensive.
No, health though.
Health.
Really. Yeah. I mean, we were just injured early on. We knew it. We were injured coming into camp. We played a bunch of games without James, Joel, Tyrese. Tyrese has not been back long, and so we kind of, to the way we looked at 12-12, we were happy. We're happy to have hung in there. A lot of teams would have gone under during that period. I thought that when you look at where we are now, that was the reason we are where we are now is because of what we did during that stretch. So we'll take it.
What about the job Mike has done here at Sac?
He's been terrific. Mike has won. He's been a good coach everywhere he's been for the most part. The league just forgot about it for 5 years or 6 years, and now he's doing it again. He's a terrific coach. He's always been a terrific coach. You were in Boston. We had to face his teams in Cleveland, and those are hard teams. Those are hard teams to beat, not just because of LeBron, but because of Mike Brown and what they did defensively.
Plenty of familiarity with Domas because of him being in the Eastern Conference prior to the trade last year, but kind of the stretch he's on with stringing together, 20-plus double-doubles and triple-doubles.
He's just a good player, He's not, if you look at him, there's nothing that stands out as far as, what he does except for everything is good. He does everything well. He passes well, he rebounds well, he shoots the ball well. He's just, and then his IQ probably separates him. It's funny whenever we talk about bigs and passing, you don't hear his name as much as you should. Probably because he played in Indiana, he's now in Sacramento, and he's one of the best passing bigs, not only just in the game now, but ever. He's just a hell of a passer, and he's always been there.
Did you play against his dad at all?
Yeah, I actually played against his dad I want to say, and I'm so old I don't remember, I think his dad played on the Russian team when I played in the World Championship games against us in Colombia, yeah. I know we lost at the buzzer. I missed the shot. Thanks for bringing that up. But then in Portland, it's a shame we didn't see him when he was healthy. His father, he was another. Talking about passing, he was amazing.
What's your commentary on De'Aaron Fox? Of course, you didn't see him.
I haven't seen him enough. I love him as a player when you see him. I love his speed. I love the fact that he's added. When I look at him when I was with the Clippers and what he's added to his game is amazing. I mean, shooting the ball. His in-between game is really, in between game. But down the stretch of games, that's been a big shot. I don't think it's a coincidence he's high scoring in the fourth quarter, because in the fourth quarter, it's very similar to playoffs. They take away the three, they take away the drives, and you got to make a shot, and he has the ability to make that fadeaway shot he makes in the paint.
Big picture
Few more
wise,
guys?
when did it seem appropriate for you to start using the term with James as the scoring Magic Johnson? When did that kind of pop into your head to be like, that's
I think I said it last year.
You did, yeah, but I was wondering what made you initially say that makes sense, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a compliment to him that
Sure.
if you can be just Magic Johnson, that would be enough. But if you can be a scoring one, that's pretty dynamic, and that's what he's been doing for us. His ability, because he's been such a great scorer his whole career, I think that's what we look at. And that whole time he was passing the ball as well. But in this instance, he's not just passing; he's running a team. He's getting us in sets. He's never had